On with a young man who is in the UK. Ntokozo Qwabe is a man from dusty rural village in KwaZulu-Natal who made headlines earlier this year when he obtained his Bachelor of Civil Law degree at Oxford University. The 24-year-old, who is currently a master's degree student at the university, is making waves in the media again. This after heading a RhodesMustFall campaign at Oxford. Many publications in the UK described Ntokozo as a hypocrite, as he was a recipient of the Rhodes scholarship, which afforded him the opportunity to study at Oxford University. Joining us this morning from Oriel College in England is Ntokozo Qwabe. A very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
A very good morning to you too, Valen, and to everyone who has braved the morning to tune in. It's being Christmas and all. I appreciate the opportunity.
Let's start here. What inspired you to spearhead the RhodesMustFall movement at Oxford University, at a place where Cecil John Rhodes himself was alma mater?
Yes, I think we soon realized after the movement started at the University of Cape Town that a lot of the problems that movement was pointing out actually needed to be confronted right at their home where they actually started. Cecil Rhodes is not the only person, of course, who was socialized and educated within Oxford, who did perpetrate crimes of colonialism and imperialism, which have not been acknowledged here at Oxford University, and which then reproduce the kind of oppressions that we see at Oxford University and in other universities globally. So we realized that the movement in Cape Town had done really great work, but that there was an opportunity to in a sense, take on the colonial project and the project of empire where it had actually started, and to interrogate how it was manifesting itself in the everyday oppressions that students go through at this university, and we are standing in that project.
And I understand that you've gotten a lot of support too. Newspapers in England report that approximately 2,500 students are following the movement. Is that the case?
Yes, so our petition that we submitted to Oriel College did get over 2,000 signatures. There have been a number of general assemblies that we've held here where democratically we've made decisions that have included students across the board. So there has been this sort of very racist narrative that has reduced the movement to a few crazy black or students of color, not realizing that the movement is actually an intersectional movement made of students, even who are from here in Britain, who do realize that there is a problem in celebrating people like Cecil Rhodes and therefore reproducing their ideals and normalizing what they stood for, which then leads to the different type of oppressions that take place on campus, as I said, which include racism, patriarchy, and other forms of oppression that we see at Oxford, which we are fighting against every day.
So the followers of the movement, you did mention that there are students from England that are also following it, so it's not just foreigners.
No, it is not, and that's what we need to point out, that the craziness of this colonial apologism, which has never been atoned for, which has never been addressed. Oxford is a great beneficiary of the colonial project. It is a great beneficiary of empire. It has never at any point admitted its implication in the colonial project, and we believe that leads to the normalization of some of the things that are a problem in the university, and that make people's experiences who come from other parts of the world or who are British but are minorities are absolutely terrible and toxic. And there are people here who are listening, there are people who are taking notes, not just students, but also academics who are saying it is time to stand against this. British colonial history hasn't been acknowledged yet, and it is not just Oxford, it is other elite institutions as well here who have no account whatsoever of how the project has damaged other parts of the world and has damaged Britain itself, because there's something toxic about a country that has not faced its history as England hasn't. And we are sparking those conversations, and that's what we're saying, that we are going to remain in this project to decolonize Oxford and to spark these conversations for British people to face up to the history, really.
What do you say to those people that call you a hypocrite, seeing though you're a fellow of the Rhodes Scholarship?
Well, I mean, I think that has been part of a deliberate attempt to obfuscate the political issues that we have raised. People do not have any viable responses to the project of decolonization that we are fighting for, and therefore they have resorted to ad hominem attacks on me. I do not believe in any way that being a Rhodes Scholar is incompatible with criticizing and calling out the crimes that Rhodes committed and the apologism around that and the whitewashing of the history that we are seeing here at Oxford. There is a way in which people do not realize that Rhodes actually, as I've pointed out a number of times, did not have a scholarship. It was not, he did not have the money to have a scholarship. That money belonged to black Southern Africans whose resources were stolen by Cecil Rhodes, and who, not only pillaged them and looted them out of the continent, but exploited the lives and the labor of these very same indigenous Africans. There is no way that I can be called a hypocrite for taking back some of the loot that Cecil Rhodes took out of my continent, stealing from my people. So I will continue to reject notions that I'm somehow a hypocrite. And it's not only just, of course, indigenous Africans who are speaking out against this. There are many other Rhodes scholars who have written and who have publicly said that they do not identify with Rhodes' crimes despite being on the Rhodes Scholarship. So this suggestion that taking the scholarship requires you to be a colonial apologist, I would say reflects a certain sickness about how people think in society, and I'm, quite frankly, not going to stand for it.
All right, thank you very much. That's Ntokozo Qwabe. He is a Bachelor of Civil Law degree student. He's currently completing his Master's at Oxford University and leading the RhodesMustFall movement that is currently underway there at the Oriel College. Thank you very much for your time on this morning.